I'm Leanna Hassanel, and this is Nightline. The top stories. Government working on targeted toll exemptions for festive seasons, says Prime Minister. And MACC, FBI, DOJ collaboration recovers over 19 million ringgit linked to 1MDB. The headlining story. A decision on adopting a more targeted approach to providing toll exemptions during festive seasons for the B40 and M40 groups will be made after the matter is discussed in the Cabinet meeting on Friday. Prime Minister Datuk Sri Anwar Ibrahim stated that the government is currently reviewing the best mechanism for the toll policy to ensure it aligns with efforts to implement targeted subsidies rather than offering blanket toll exemptions. Anwar, who is also the finance minister, said that toll exemptions like electricity and fuel subsidies should not be given to everyone, particularly those in higher income groups.
Ada yang bangkitkan mengapa tol percuma itu kepada semua. Kereta-kereta kaya yang Rolls Royce dan Mercedes, Maserati pun dapat juga. Jadi mungkin kita harus teliti supaya rakyat yang terkesan yang di peringkat bawah itu diberikan pertimbangan lain. Ini sedang diperinci.
He said this at a press conference following his 3-day working visit to Davos, Switzerland to attend the World Economic Forum WEF Annual Summit 2025. It was previously reported that the government had decided last year would be the final year for providing blanket toll exemptions. On Wednesday, Communications Minister Fahmi Fadzil stated that the Cabinet would review a more effective approach to the matter on Friday. Meanwhile, the WEF provided an opportunity for the Prime Minister not only to share insights on Malaysia's policies, but also to attract high-impact investments. Among them was Australia's global metal mining company, Fortescue, which agreed to invest in the green hydrogen energy sector in Bintulu, Sarawak.
Kerajaan Sarawak setuju pada prinsip dan saya telah beri jaminan beberapa insentif dan dukungan supaya Bintulu akan menjadi juga hub selain daripada langkah-langkah yang diambil sekarang.
In addition, DP World, a leading company from Dubai, aims to develop Sepanggar, Sabah into one of the key ports in the region. At the same time, tech giant Google will continue implementing its large-scale programs in Malaysia, which will benefit data centers in Johor, Pulau Pinang and Perak. Datuk Sri Ahmad Zahid Hamidi is to present a proposal to the Cabinet within 2 months to designate the Rubber Industry Smallholders Development Authority, RISDA, as the sole buyer of rubber from smallholders. The Deputy Prime Minister said the move is to assist small plantation that contributes 89% of the country's rubber production. The DPM said the country's 500,000 smallholders have been the driving force of the rubber industry, contributing 89% of the total rubber production, well beyond the 11% contributed by the plantations.
Kolaborasi juga boleh dilakukan untuk menentukan peningkatan harga pada getah, ya, dan juga pengeluaran latex dapat dipertingkatkan kerana kita terpaksa mengimport latex dengan nilai 6 bilion ringgit setahun, sedangkan kita adalah pengeluar.
He said this after attending the opening ceremony of a RISDA Field Officers Convention in Bangi on Thursday. Malaysia, according to Ahmad Zahid, aims to identify markets and develop products based on natural rubber by working with industry players to reduce reliance on artificial rubber. The new measure would help safeguard the welfare and well-being of smallholders, who rely on floor prices set annually by the Prime Minister during the budget speech. Over 90 million ringgit linked to funds belonging to One Malaysia Development Berhad, 1MDB, tied to a solar energy project in Malaysia, has been recovered. The funds were recovered following a joint effort between the Malaysian Anti-Corruption Commission, MACC, Federal Bureau of Investigation, FBI, and the United States Department of Justice, DOJ. In a statement, the MACC said that the recovered funds involved Frank White Jr., a businessman and partner in the investment firm Dusable Capital Management LLC. The individual voluntarily agreed to surrender the funds to the DOJ after discovering that the money received by Dusable had originated from misappropriated 1MDB funds, even though he was unaware of its source at the time of receipt. To date, a total of 29.73 billion ringgit has been returned to Malaysia's treasury, excluding the recently recovered 90 million ringgit. The MACC added that it is also actively pursuing the recovery of misappropriated assets from Kuwait, Hong Kong, the United Kingdom, and several European countries. These efforts will be further intensified through strategic cooperation with international partners to ensure that misused assets are returned for the benefit of the people and the nation. 6 more individuals, including current and former officers of banking institutions, have been remanded by the Putrajaya Magistrates Court to assist the MACC's investigation into loan bribery. The suspects are alleged to have accepted bribes in exchange for assisting with the processing and approval of personal loan applications submitted by a financial consulting firm. Magistrate Irza Zulaika Rohanuddin issued a 5-day remand order for the 6 suspects, comprising 4 men and 2 women, who are between their 20s and 40s, until next Monday. They were arrested between 3 p.m. and 4 p.m. on Wednesday after appearing at the MACC headquarters to give their statements in connection with the loan bribery probe, codenamed OpSky. Previously, an MACC source stated that the Commission had received complaints and information regarding corrupt activities involving banking institution officers who assisted in processing and approving personal loan applications for a financial consultancy firm. The source said these officials were believed to have received bribes from the company, which prepared documents purportedly containing false information about clients applying for personal loans. MACC Chief Commissioner Tan Sri Azam Baki confirmed the arrests and said that the case is being investigated under the MACC Act. He added that the 19 individuals who were previously remanded under OpSky have been released on MACC bail. The parents of the late Zain Rayyan Abdul Matin have applied to have the child neglect charges allegedly linked to the death of their autistic son dropped. Zaim Ikhwan Zahari and his wife Ismanira Abdul Manaf, both aged 30, filed the application through their lawyers from Messrs. Wong and Co. at the Shah Alam High Court on Tuesday. The couple is seeking to postpone their upcoming trial and be acquitted of the charges brought against them on June 13th last year. Through an affidavit filed alongside the application, Zaim and Ismanira claimed that the criminal charges against them did not disclose any offence under Section 31 of the Child Act. During Thursday's session court proceedings, the couple's lawyer, Haresh Mahadevan, confirmed that a notice on the application has been submitted to the Attorney General's chambers on Wednesday. Judge Shaliza Warno set January 28th for case management. In Johor, police have dismantled a drug syndicate that also operated as a forgery hub, producing fake My cards, driver's licenses, and counterfeit Malaysian ringgit. 2 local men aged 30 and 33 believed to be members of the syndicate were arrested, and drugs worth 3.68 million ringgit were seized during 4 raids in Johor Bahru on January 13th and 14th. State Police Chief Dato' M. Kumar revealed that the raids included 2 rented residences, a luxury condominium unit in Larkin, and a house in Taman Pelangi. The syndicate, believed to have been active since last December, used these locations to repack and store drugs, as well as to produce forged personal documents and counterfeit banknotes. The seized drugs, comprising 21.8 kilograms of powdered ecstasy, 1.4 grams of shabu, and over 40.2 liters of liquid drugs packed in labeled juice bottles, were intended for the local market. Also seized were 13 forged My cards and driver's licenses, 18 counterfeit Malaysian ringgit notes, as well as 10 ATM cards and a vehicle grant, believed to be fake.
Polis juga telah merampas peralatan-peralatan yang disyaki digunakan untuk membuat dokumen-dokumen palsu di salah satu premis yang diserbu. Hasil siasatan terdapat beberapa nama dalam kad-kad pengenalan tersebut dan masih dalam siasatan polis untuk mengenal pasti.
The suspects also used 2 carts reported stolen in Kajang, Selangor last year to store the drugs before distribution. The duo also tested positive for drugs and had prior criminal records, with one of them listed as wanted by the police for criminal intimidation. Both men have been remanded until this Saturday to assist investigations under the Dangerous Drugs Act. Still in Johor, 4 people have been injured in a 9-vehicle pileup along a trunk road in Kulai. Kulai District Police Chief Assistant Commissioner Tan Seng Lee said 4 lorries and 5 cars were involved in the accident on Jalan Senai Silong at around 10:30 a.m. on Thursday. The crash caused 3 car drivers and a lorry driver to suffer minor injuries. The victims were sent to Hospital Temenggung Sri Maharaja Tun Ibrahim for medical treatment. The case is being investigated under the Road Transport Act 1987. Meanwhile, in Pulau Pinang, a lorry driver is believed to have been injured in a road accident involving 3 lorries at kilometer 157 of the North-South Expressway heading north near Sungai Bakap early Thursday. The accident is believed to have happened at about 6 a.m. on the Nibong Tebal route towards Batu Kawan. A check at the location found that a trailer and 2 lorries were involved in the accident near Sungai Bakap. The accident caused traffic congestion in both directions for up to 10 kilometers. One of the lorry drivers involved was reported to have sustained head injuries. He was sent to the hospital by members of the public. The cabinet will discuss how United States U.S. President Donald Trump's plans to impose tariffs on goods imported into the U.S. might affect the Malaysian economy. Foreign Minister Datuk Seri Muhammad Hassan noted that Malaysia and the U.S. are significant trading partners, with Malaysia a key electrical and electronic goods exporter to the country.
Kerajaan sedang meneliti, Wisma Putra sedang meneliti, dan kita melihat perkembangan terkini. Kita akan melaporkan dan juga membawa perkara ini ke Kabinet untuk dibincangkan. Sedikit sebanyak dia akan menjejaskan negara kita.
He explained that Malaysia is an important trading partner of the U.S., especially in the electrical and electronics sector. Trump has vowed to impose tariffs of 10% to 20% on global imports into the U.S. and 60% on goods from China. On Wednesday, Trump said he was considering imposing a 10% tariff on Chinese imports as soon as February 1st.
How is artificial intelligence transforming industries and redefining Malaysia's economy? What opportunities and strategies can position the nation as a leader in the AI-driven future? Azaria Tagaya speaks with the President of the Technological Association of Malaysia, Tang Chi Kwan, only on Money Matters, this Saturday at 5 p.m. on TV3 and stream on Tonton.
Saudi Arabian Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman told President Donald Trump that the kingdom wants to put $600 billion into expanded investment and trade with the United States over the next 4 years. As reported by the Saudi state news agency on Thursday, during a phone call between the two leaders, the Crown Prince stated that the expected reforms under the Trump administration could lead to unprecedented economic prosperity. The report said Saudi Arabia wants its investments to capitalize on these conditions, but it did not detail the source of the $600 billion, whether it would be public or private spending, nor how the money would be deployed. The agency also quoted the Crown Prince as telling Trump that the investment could increase further if additional opportunities arise. New Zealand's inflation in the fourth quarter recorded an annual rate of 2.2%, comfortably within the central bank's target range of 1 to 3% for the second consecutive quarter. leaving the door open for further rate cuts. Inflation, meanwhile, rose 0.5% in the fourth quarter from the prior quarter, in line with analysts' forecasts. This compares with a 0.6% rise in the previous quarter. The annual rate was slightly higher than a forecast from both economists and the central bank of 2.1% at a time when the country's economy has been weak. The New Zealand dollar on Wednesday was little changed following the release of the data. National shuttlers storm into quarters. Action from the Indonesia Masters after this break.
Calpis Soda One in a Million telah menemui yang terbaik. Ini masanya untuk undi mereka. Gandakan 50 undian dengan pembelian produk Calpis Soda di aplikasi Shopee dan isi butiran peribadi bersama kod voucher di Tonton. Maklumat lanjut di www.tonton.com.my/Calpis Soda OIAM TV3. Saksikan Calpis Soda One in a Million setiap Ahad 9 malam di TV3 dan stream juga di Tonton. Sejuta soda, satu juara.
Unlocking the future of business.
From industry evolutions to policy changes, we go beyond the headlines.
Deep insights, sharp analysis.
Understanding the forces driving tomorrow's economy.
Key financial insights that drive decisions.
This is Money Matters, every Saturday, 5 p.m.
Only on TV3 and stream now on Tonton.
TV Daesh semua rosak. Kalau yang kecil ni pula kadang-kadang tak ada duit, dia kutip lah duit-duit siling atas lantai.
Saya minta dengan awak, ayah cakap saya nak nampak. Lepas tu nak turun daripada katil ni. Nak menyusahkan suami saya lagi. Saya kerja.
Mengenali kepelbagaian inti sandwich sebab ramai yang keliru antara halal ataupun tidak.
Sendawa dari bayi hingga dewasa, ketahui aspek biologikalnya terhadap kesihatan.
Itulah tentang polis yang menyiasat telefon bimbit, ketahui antara kuasa dan privasi.
Pickleball, tagball antara inovasi permainan yang semakin popular.
Soal awal tentang hutang di atas hutang.
Malaysia hari ini setiap hari Isnin hingga Jumaat jam 10 pagi.
Juga stream di aplikasi Tonton
hanya di TV3.
Tanyalah Ustaz minggu ini, Ahad Pelaburan Abadi. Isnin, Material versus Ikhlas. Selasa, Fiqh Musafir bahagian 3. Rabu, Al-Qasas, Latihan Buat Hati. Kamis, Syoknya Solat. Jumaat, Isra' Mi'raj, Amanah Mukmin. Tanyalah Ustaz biar tahu jangan keliru di TV3 dan TV9. Stream juga melalui Tonton.
Ada inisiatif mendalamkan dan melebarkan Sungai Kelang sepanjang 56 km.
Saya mula menubuhkan satu pasukan khususnya pemburuan ikan bandaraya.
Kehidupan di dalam sungai dah mula ada balik.
Majalah 3 Kapsul, Sabtu 10 malam di TV3 dan stream sekarang melalui Tonton.
Sports now, badminton, the 2025 Indonesia Masters. The national team continued their strong performance by reaching the quarterfinals of the Super 500 tournament in Jakarta on Thursday. In men's doubles action, Aaron Chia, So Hui-yik sealed their place in the quarterfinals by defeating Taiwan's Lu Mingche, Tang Kai-wei 21-16, 21-16. Next up, the world number 5 duo will take on South Korea's Kang Min-hyuk, Kim Won-ho for a place in the semi-finals. Man Wei-chong, T. Kai-woon also did well to book their spot in the men's doubles quarterfinals after winning against world number 19 Lee Fang-che, Lee Fang-jin of Taiwan 23-21, 21-13. Wei-chong, Kai-woon will meet compatriots one out of Junaidi Yap Roy King next. Earlier women's doubles shuttlers Pearly Tan and Tina maintained their impressive record after securing a hard-fought 21-19, 21-16 victory against Taiwan's Hu Lingfang, Zheng Yuqie to set up a meeting with Japan's Yuki Fukushima, Mayu Matsumoto in the quarterfinals. Meanwhile, top-seeded mixed doubles pair Chen Tangji, To Yi-wei overcame Indonesia's Jafar Hidayatullah, Felicia Alberta Nathaniel Pasaribu with a 24-22, 21-14 scoreline. Awaiting the world number 3 pair in the quarterfinals are Thailand's Dechapol Pavaranukroh, Supisara Pausampran. Also in the mixed doubles, Goh Sun Huat, Siobhan Lai swiftly defeated another Indonesian duo, Marwan Faza, Aisyah Salsabila Putri Pranata, with a dominant 21-16, 21-9 victory. The world number 4 pair will play Hiroki Midorikawa, Natsu Saito of Japan in the next round. Meanwhile, the national team's challenge in the women's singles event came to an end after shuttler Letshana Karopativan crashed out in the round of 16. The world number 59 battled hard before going down 18-21, 21-17, 20-22 to Vietnam's Nguyen Thuy Linh after more than an hour on court. In another match, men's doubles pair Lo Hang Yi, Ng Eng Cheong also crashed out in the third round after losing to home pair Fajar Alfian, Muhammad Rian Ardianto 21-16, 7-21, 16-21. Football now, the ASEAN Club Championship. KL City FC faced a tough challenge in their bid to reach the semi-finals as they were defeated 2-3 by Kong An Hanoi FC at the Kuala Lumpur Football Stadium in Cheras on Thursday night. The visitors took the lead just 10 minutes into the game through Nguyen Quang Hai. Their lead, however, did not last long as Ardrijan Rudovic slotted the ball home in the 24th minute, with Paulo Josue putting the hosts in front 8 minutes later. Kong An Hanoi came out stronger in the second half, with Boy Hoang Viet An scoring to level the match at 2-2 in the 67th minute. Levando then put the result beyond doubt in stoppage time, sealing the victory for Kong An Hanoi FC. The win puts Kong An Hanoi at the top of the standings with 12 points, while KL City is in third with 6 points. Still on football, the Saudi Pro League. Al Ittihad moved level on points with leaders Al Hilal after a 2-1 victory over Al Shabab on Wednesday. Despite dominating early, hosts Al Ittihad struggled to score until a Karim Benzema effort in the 32nd minute was mishandled by Al Shabab goalkeeper Abdullah Al Moyef, allowing Abdul Rahman Al Obud to break the deadlock. Al Ittihad doubled their lead 3 minutes into first half injury time when Hamid Al Ghamdi set up Benzema, who finished into the bottom left corner. Just 2 minutes later, Al Shabab pulled one back with Harun Kamara, reducing the deficit after Daniel Pudesis' assist. Al Ittihad then held on to the 2-1 scoreline, once again moving level with Al Hilal at the top of the table with 43 points, but in second place due to inferior goal difference. Turning to tennis, the 2025 Australian Open. Defending champion Aryna Sabalenka put her close friendship with Paula Badosa aside on Thursday to sweep past the Spaniard into a third successive final. The world number 1 Belarusian came home 6-4, 6-2 in the semi-finals to win her 20th straight match at the season's first major. Sabalenka will now meet Madison Keys in the decider on Saturday as she bids for a 4th Grand Slam title. Earlier, Keys stunned second seed Iga Swiatek in a thriller to reach her first final. The American triumphed over the pole 5-7, 6-1, 7-6 after 2 hours and 35 minutes on court. More than 250 Bangkok schools close over air pollution. The details when Nightline returns.
Saya harap minggu depan yang akan berduet, kalian bisa menyamaratakan diri kalian dengan mereka.
You must make sure that night that is your stage, not their stage.
Untuk minggu depan, saya janjikan sebuah persembahan yang bakal memikat hati anda.
Siapakah yang saya akan berduet dengan?
Mereka akan menunjukkan taring mereka. Saya juga akan menunjukkan taring saya.
So nantikan di Kapisada One in a Million.
Jangan lupa undi juga. I'm gonna make a prediction. AJL tahun depan, awak ada.
Mengenali kepelbagaian inti sandwich sebab ramai yang keliru antara halal ataupun tidak.
Sendawa dari bayi hingga dewasa, ketahui aspek biologikalnya terhadap kesihatan.
Itulah tentang polis yang menyiasat telefon bimbit, ketahui antara kuasa dan privasi.
Pickleball, tagball antara inovasi permainan yang semakin popular.
Soal awal tentang hutang di atas hutang.
Malaysia hari ini setiap hari Isnin hingga Jumaat jam 10 pagi.
Juga stream di aplikasi Tonton
hanya di TV3.
TV Daesh, rosak. Kalau yang kecil ni pula, kadang-kadang tak ada duit. Dia kutip lah duit-duit siling atas lantai.
Saya minta dengan awak, ayah cakap. Dan saya nak nampak. Lepas tu nak turun daripada katil ni. Saya nak menyusahkan suami saya lagi. Saya nak kerja.
Kekal cakna, kekal sihat. Hello Doktor merungkai pelbagai persoalan kesihatan anda.
Penyakit kronik, pemakanan, kesihatan mental, semuanya demi kesejahteraan anda.
Setiap minggu bersama tenaga pakar kesihatan terbaik Malaysia, segalanya terjawab dalam Hello Doktor setiap Ahad
5.30 petang di TV3
dan stream juga melalui Tonton.
Rasai vibrasi nada rasa 10 finalis anugerah juara lagu 39 dengan mendapatkan tiket di www.wildtix.com.my atau imbas kod QR berikut. Kalau takut sold out, beli tiket sekarang. Hidupkan nada rasa di malam anugerah juara lagu 39 secara langsung di Axiata Arena Ahad 16 Februari 9 malam, eksklusif di TV3 dan stream juga melalui Tonton. Terangkat rasa.
Unlocking the future of business.
From industry evolutions to policy changes, we go beyond the headlines.
Deep insights, sharp analysis.
Understanding the forces driving tomorrow's economy.
Key financial insights that drive decisions.
This is Money Matters, every Saturday, 5 p.m.
Only on TV3 and stream now on Tonton.
We're back with news on the foreign front. In Thailand, air pollution forced over 250 schools in Bangkok to close on Thursday, as officials urged people to work from home and restricted heavy vehicles in the city. According to IQ Air, the Thai capital became the 6th most polluted major city in the world, with a level of PM 2.5 pollutants hitting 122 micrograms per cubic meter. As of Thursday, 194 of the 437 schools have so far shut their doors, affecting thousands of students. The facilities range from kindergartens to secondary schools, and the closures is expected to last from a day to a week. The figure is the highest number of school closures since 2020, when all schools under BMA authority shut over air pollution. The Irish Parliament has elected Michael Martin as Prime Minister on Thursday, 24 hours after chaotic scenes in the Dáil caused the cancellation of his formal appointment. Martin's return to the role of Taoiseach comes after a group of regional independent members of Parliament, who are propping up his government, agreed a compromise to delay talks to resolve the dispute that derailed what should have been a set-piece ceremony on Wednesday. With calm replacing the previous day's rancor on opposition benches, Martin pledged to remain open to constructive ideas as leader of the centre-right coalition government. In the U.S., a new fast-moving wildfire has erupted in Los Angeles County. prompting tens of thousands of people to evacuate a region already reeling from the most destructive fires in its history. The Hughes fire ignited 72 kilometers northwest of the city of Los Angeles on Wednesday, near Castaic Lake in a mountainous area that borders several residential areas and schools. It grew to more than 10,000 acres in several hours, fueled by winds and dry brush. The new fire is north of the two mammoth blazes that have destroyed a number of neighborhoods this month, prompting authorities to once again put the region under a red flag warning, which is expected to continue through Thursday. This cautions people of a high fire risk due to strong winds and dry, low humid conditions. And that concludes Nightline this time around. Before we leave, let's take a look at a small workshop tucked away in the heart of Yemen Sana, where the rhythmic hum of sewing machines accompanies the intricate leatherwork of the women working at the Heritage Preservation Centre. With that, I'm Lena Hassanel. Thank you for watching, and be well, Malaysia.